What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the one and only, the Fragrance Fraternity. Gotta thank God for another day to smell good. So today, it is time for the niche fall fragrance lineup. I got you guys on 10 amazing scents. They're gonna have you being the best smelling person in the room this fall. It's almost a guarantee, almost a guarantee. So let's get started. This is gonna be a Middle Eastern fragrance. It's gonna be going to the Middle East for this first selection. This is Attar Khaltat Night. Shout out to Joel Matrix. He told us about this one. I went ahead and blind bought it. It was a blind buy win. And if you like PDM Wajan, if you want something with a little bit of cinnamon, cherry, apple, kind of like a cinnamon, cherry, apple pie type of smell, a little bit on that gourmand edge, but not overly sweet, great performance, high quality, a little bit of that Middle Eastern spice sprinkled in as well. This is definitely one to check out. Beautiful gold and blue bottle. It does have the little Middle Eastern flair with the little pointy top, whatever you guys call that. But if you want something, that has some cherry and some apple and cinnamon, really does put you in that kind of fall mindset. For me, this is my Thanksgiving fragrance. It has that sort of personality to me. So that's the time I really enjoy it. So get your nose on this one. Check it out. If you like Angel Share or PDM Wajan, stuff like that, I think you're going to really like this one too. And you can get this for, I believe, under $70. So just because the stuff's niche, not all of it is really expensive. And I'm going to be quoting the prices from the time I'm filming this. So, subject to change or whatnot. But anyway, let's keep it moving here. So a lot of people are familiar with Tom Ford's Oud Wood, and for really good reason. It's a great woody fragrance. It's a great signature scent. But maybe not as many people are familiar with the house of Thameen, which I believe they are an English company. And this is their oud fragrance. It does have a very similar style to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. So they probably did take some inspiration from that. It's like a Western style oud, so not super animalic, not funky, not hard to pull off. Maybe you're into that, but for me, I'm into these kind of more wearable oud style, something a little bit professional you could wear to the office or to work, or, you're not going to be super bold, but still you're going to make a statement. You're going to say, I'm wearing a more mature fragrance. This is not youthful, this is not boyish, and it has an elegance and refinement and class, sophistication, nice woodiness, and the quality here is evident. Really like these bottles too. I like the, color of them, and then they have a nice magnetic cap as well. So they fit nicely into the collection. They look classy and they smell great, especially Carved Oud. I'm a big fan. I want to try more from this house because I'm really enjoying Carved Oud. I actually prefer this one to Oud Wood. So if you like Oud Wood, this is one that you might want to check out as an alternative or maybe something to supplement if you already know that you like those kind of westernized oud type fragrances. All right, next one up is going to be from the house of Xerjoff. This is my favorite fragrance from them. This is 40 Knots. Now, the name can throw you because it's not super aquatic. It's more of like a very kind of sandalwood and spiced, and a little bit of this honeyed sweetness is really the main things I get here. A little bit on the powdery side, but the way that this comes across in the fall and the cooler months is just immaculate. It's gorgeous. It's opulent. It is just a stunner. Really, if you want to kind of set yourself apart from everyone else, if you want to dive a little bit deeper into the niche world without going too challenging or animalic or getting too crazy with it, something that you could still really get a lot of use out of, something that could be your signature scent. I would consider this one of my signature scents. It's kind of hard when you got a bunch, first world problems here, but I do come back to this one all the time and love the look of this gorgeous bottle. I mean, there is really something to, the bottle and the way it looks in your collection as you start to kind of amass a bigger collection. That's important for me at least. So, this one lasts a really, really long time. And this one might be one that kind of takes some time to grow on you because it will probably be pretty different than anything you've ever smelled. But over time, my appreciation for this one just continues to grow more and more. And that honey type of sweetness mixing with the spice of the woods is really opulent and elegant and also wearable, but does kind of push the boundary a little bit as far as, what most people are wearing out there. So 40 Knots, don't let the name throw you. It's not really anything to do with aquatics or anything like that, but I think that name helped them sell. Honestly, I think that's why they went with it. Anyway, so this next one is going to be from the house of Mancera. This is going to be Tonka Cola. This one's pretty well known within the internet of fragrance, the fragrance community, as we like to term it. You do get that Coca-Cola type bubble, soda pop type, effervescence here. That fizziness is the word I was looking for. And also you get a nice cherry off the top. So that cherry does fade after a while, but it's really present in the opening. So it's kind of got this like cherry Coca-Cola vibe. A little bit of this like vanilla edge as well. Pretty sweet overall. This is more of like a fun going out, casual type fragrance. Something to just, wear. Maybe you're going bowling or you're doing something, with the family. Maybe you're just going out to dinner with some buddies. Not a very serious fragrance. More of like a fun and kind of just a hanging out type casual fragrance for me at least. So Tonka Cola, if you are interested in something that smells like, soda or has that fizziness and something that's going to work really well in the cooler months, you might want to check this one out. It is kind of a fan favorite from the house. They do have a lot of great fragrances, but this is kind of one that people either seem to love or hate, and the people that like it really like it. And I've gotten some good enjoyment out of it. I do like to come back to it from time to time when I want that kind of cherry Coca-Cola experience. All right, so this next one's going to be from the house of Serge Lutens. I hope I'm saying that right, not making a fool of myself. This is going to be Chergui. This is my favorite tobacco. And man, just such a beautiful composition here. Look at that dark juice. This stuff just captivated me from the first time I smelled it. It probably will do the same for you. It's got a lot of spice. It's kind of more of like a Middle Eastern style because it comes across pretty spicy and it's got that tobacco hit. But it's not, I don't think it's very challenging, but it is sort of dry. It is very dry. It's got this hay-like accord, so it's got a bit of this earthiness to it. It's kind of devoid of any sort of sweetness really. But this is a masterpiece, and if you're into fragrance, if you are looking to expand your palette, this is certainly one to get your nose on. And it's not crazy expensive either, guys. This is a very well-respected house for good reason. They have a lot of artistic compositions, and almost everybody I talk to agrees that Chergui is just an incredible scent. So definitely want to check this one out if you guys have any interest in expanding into that, kind of more spicy tobacco, earthy, and also, like kind of complex, I guess, scent profile of niche perfumery. So this one is just so good. Chergui. All right, next one up is going to be a collaboration from Michael Malul and Gent Scents. This is Jet Black Enigma. One of my favorite woody fragrances. I really enjoy this one, guys. It has got a bunch of spices in there, I believe cinnamon, but really spice and woods are the main two things that play a big factor here. This one is like a cozy fragrance. I really enjoy these sort of cozy scents. We have another fragrance coming up that is also sort of like a cozy fragrance, something that really is relaxing and calming, something that you could wear on a date, or it's like a Netflix and chill type scent. It does have a little bit of patchouli that sits underneath that adds a little bit of complexity, but not overly complex. It's not trying to do too much, and it's not too youthful. Just really smooth, refined, elegant, and overall a fantastic blend and composition, mainly focused on those spicy notes and the woods underneath it. So you may have smelled stuff like this before. It may not captivate you the way it captivated me, but I really enjoy this one. I think Ash did a great job, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. I like to bring this one up from time to time, and I do find myself going back to it all the time. It is one of my favorite woody fragrances, especially as we get into the fall. I reach for this one all the time. So Jet Black Enigma, good quality here, lasts a really long time too, and I really like that it does project, but it's not like a beast. It doesn't invade people's noses, but it does sort of just hang around throughout the day in a really enjoyable way. So Jet Black Enigma, I love it. What can I say? All right, next one up is gonna be a beast. This one's straight up a beast, guys. This has been my go-to for clubbing, for going out at night. Anytime I'm like, out on the town or whatever, and I want to make a statement with my fragrance, I want to make sure it's performing and projecting. I'm trying to let it be known that I'm wearing something. I'm not afraid of being the cologne guy. I love that. I mean, that's just, sometimes you just want to be bold with your scent choice and you just don't care. A lot of the times I'm trying to be like more reserved with it, just be normal, but sometimes you gotta let the world know about your fragrance. And if you want to let them know with Akro East, guys. It's just such a beautiful vanilla here. A little bit this leathery and oud type of combo. It's not overly animalic though. Again, blended really well. This one just lasts and lasts and lasts. It's got this ambroxan base that really comes out and helps it with the performance. And the price you can get these for is fantastic. Under $100 right now, you can get these bottles. Not many people talk about this one. This is sort of like a secret hidden gem of mine that I really like. And if you've, I guess, asked me about this, I would tell you, but not too many people talking about this one. And it is just so stunning. You know, people do say that there are others that kind of smell like this, but for me, this one just does something for me. It moves me in a way. And I've had several friends who are big fragrance people find this fragrance on their own when we would go out like smelling together or whatever. You guys don't do that with your friends? You go out to fragrance places with your buddies and smell stuff? Oh, sometimes I do. And for whatever reason, this fragrance kept popping up with these individual groups that I would go. They keep finding Akro East and asking me if I tried it. I'm like, yes, that one is fantastic. So I finally had to add it to the collection. But leathery oud, a little bit of this raspberry in the opening as well. Just a stunning fragrance. If you want to make a bold statement, if you want to get something that's a beast with really high quality, with you know, all the notes that work just so well in the fall season, this is going to be chef's kiss. I love this stuff, guys. It's really good. Akro East. All right, 3 more here. So this one is insane for the price you can get it at. It's been on clearance on Fragrance Now. I think it's still there for under $20. I can't believe how cheap you can get this fragrance. And do not let that price make you think it's like not high quality, because this is a very legitimate French house. This is from Jaques Fath. This is Tempete. This one is, if you've ever smelled Replica's Autumn Vibes, this is essentially a better version of that, in my opinion. You get a little bit of this sugary nuance. You get a bit of this lactonic feel. It does have this kind of like leaves that are falling off the tree, earthiness to it. You know, that smell of like the dried leaves from the tree that you can come across in the fall time. If you're ever raking the leaves, you get like a hit of that like kind of leafy earthiness. You definitely get some of that here, but they layered it with this element of like this sugary milkiness that takes away from that bitterness and just kind of smooths it out and adds like a sweeter element to kind of combat that kind of earthiness of like the leaves, really, which could be overwhelming on its own. So this is just a fantastic fragrance. I got to show you guys these caps. I mean, this is the strongest cap, magnetic cap I've ever experienced of any house. So I don't know why they're selling these for so cheap, but for under $20, I mean, this is just a no-brainer. Great quality here too. This is, like I've mentioned, a very respected French niche house. So it's pretty wild that they're going for so little, and I'm just thankful I was able to snag one. Hopefully they still have them if this interests you. You know, this is not going to be for everybody. There are going to definitely be people that don't like this, but if you're into like the earthy scents, you know, and you really want something that screams fall. I mean, it's got the name autumn in the name, so it was made to be worn in the fall, and it really represents the season quite well. So Tempete Jaques Fath. All right, 2 more. All right, this next one's a personal favorite of mine, and I know a personal favorite for many in the space. This is definitely in my top 5. Just a fragrance that I think personally resonates with me very, very, very much. This is BDK's Gris Charnel. A lot of people like the extract, and that one is maybe a more masculine, kind of more beastly take. I really like the EDP and the blend here. This is the other cozy fragrance that I was talking about. I love throwing this one on after a long day of work. This one is just relaxing. It's got this black tea, fig, lavender combo going on, and it really puts me in just a relaxed, calm, chill mindset, and just the perfect reward after like a long day of work. I don't usually wear this in other situations. I really actually look forward to spraying this on and enjoying the sillage that it creates after a long day of work. It's kind of like a way I reward myself with Gris Charnel. A fragrance that speaks to me on a personal level. It probably will with you as well if you kind of find yourself liking a lot of the same stuff that I do. This one's a little bit more reserved, but definitely lasts a long time. Not, you know, super challenging or anything. It still has a lot of notes that you may be familiar with. Lavender, cardamom, you know, fig and black tea are mainly the main things that are coming out here. But man, the blend here, this is just a smooth operator, guys. Hard to beat, really. One of my favorites of all time. This is BDK Gris Charnel, and I'm happy to put a little bit of a dent in this. And yeah, this is immediately one. If I ever go through this, immediately will be buying. Like I said, it's in my top 5, so I love this one so much. BDK's Gris Charnel. All right, last but certainly not least, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of ginger as a note. Is one of my favorite notes. And I know for a lot of you watching, you probably also enjoy ginger fragrances. This is Ingenious Ginger. It does have a kind of like a Moscow Mule type smell. I love Goldfield and Banks, man. The value that they provide with the quality is just amazing. You know, you can usually get these for around $100 on the discounters, and they are a steal at that price. This has an effervescence. They have this real nice brightness to their fragrances. They have this sparkle, this kind of soda pop fizziness that I talked about earlier. It's definitely here. Will remind you of a Moscow Mule, and it's got a little bit of vanilla as well. So if you like that Bulgari Tiger vibrato DNA, but you want something a little bit more like fall and winter appropriate, this takes that and makes it more of a fall and winter time scent with kind of like this vanilla creaminess underneath. Really enjoy wearing this one. You guys see the dent, and yeah, definitely gonna be rocking this one throughout the fall here. A personal favorite of mine. Unisex all the way through. Guys or girls can rock this and wear it, but you gotta be a fan of ginger. If you are a fan of the note of ginger and you like that sort of spiciness that it provides, certainly one I recommend you guys get your nose on from the House of Goldfield and Banks Ingenious Ginger. All right, folks, that's gonna be it for today. That is the pretty much the main 10 fall fragrances that I'll be rocking this fall. Obviously, there will be more. There will be probably a follow-up video as well as an affordable video, and I think I need to make a designer part 2. So I'm into the fragrance content right now, as you can tell. I will be hopefully posting more, God willing. And yeah, I wish you guys all the best. May you enjoy your fragrances. Keep smelling great out there. I appreciate you guys watching. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Be a part of the only fraternity in the world that talks about fragrance, the Fragrance Fraternity. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great day. Peace out, everybody. Later.